All right, so the big heavyweight tilt between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk is now behind us. So, what's in front of us? Let's take a look at the fights to make coming off of this one. Obviously, this will be very brief, only going to focus on the two main event fighters. And really, the fight to make coming off of this fight is this fight. Just do it again. That seems to make the most sense. You have A, there's an automatic rematch clause in this, and B, this was such a close fight, such an entertaining fight, that they deserve rounds 13 onward toward 24 and 25. We'll see, but this was such a close fight, it deserves a rematch. One note on this. There is a mandatory challenger for the IBF Heavyweight Championship, so between now and this rematch potentially happening, Usyk may be stripped of his undisputed crown, or his unified crown, and just hold most of them. If that happens, that is an absolute disgrace, and quite frankly, the IBF shouldn't be factored in to the undisputed discussion anymore. If they strip Usyk of their championship, their title will hold as much weight as the Couch Potato Diary Heavyweight Championship of the world would. This would be just another example of this sport, which is on a roll right now, getting in its own way and potentially affecting things like that. Like, that would be an absolute abomination if that were to take place. It shouldn't happen. But hopefully, cooler heads prevail and we don't have to deal with such silliness going forward. In terms of this fight, or what to make out of it, if it is not the rematch, and for the purposes of this and to make sure that the segment is more than 10 seconds, I think if you were to run this, or not run this back, I think the next title challenger should be the winner of Zhang versus Wilder. Joshua, on merit, probably deserves a title opportunity first, but I don't think we have seen enough from Joshua to make us think that a fight against Usyk goes any way differently than the one-sided beatdown that Usyk put on him a couple of years ago. So I think Joshua needs to build that resume up a little bit more. We'll get to him in a second. So I think the winner of the Zhang Wilder fight gets a shot at Usyk. You have a couple fighters in the top 10. They're not in the top half of that, but it's still, you're getting a win over a top 10 heavyweight, whoever is coming out of it, and I think it's relatively marketable. One is significantly more marketable than the other, quite obviously, but I think that is probably the direction that I would go. In terms of where Fury goes next, I think it's Anthony Joshua. This is a fight that we have danced around for a very long time. These are two heavyweight fighters who have been a part of a trio, and now I suppose a quartet, that have defined this generation of boxing, so let them have at it. I think that would be the way to go. And then coming out of that, you basically do a tournament where you would have the Fury Joshua winner face the Usyk Wilder winner, and the losers could fight each other as well. And either way, you are coming out of that with a really interesting bout, unless I guess it's Wilder Fury 4. I don't think anyone's clamoring for that, but I think there are ways you can come around with this one and make it really intriguing. So those are the bouts I would make coming off of the heavyweight clash out in Saudi Arabia.